New link. Hello. Just 1 minute. Computer has been crazy for me. I'll be right there. How is everything, Stan? Good? Just resending the links and I'll be right up. Here. 1, 2. Oh my God. Fid, I can't believe it's you. Okay, now. Oh my God, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. It's my first live. So I hope everything goes right. I hope everybody appreciate. And some more minutes and I will start with it. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Need my microphone. Oops, this is wrong. Okay. Hi, Manguinho. My kids. My kids that are not kids anymore. They're getting old. Stephanie, my Speak Out, group 3. Very good. Okay, now I can hear myself. Hi, Anina. Oh, we're getting everybody here. Wow. Wow, it's so strange. So as I said, today we're gonna have this beeswax wrap. And for the ones that are vegan, I found a vegan solution for the beeswax. So I'll tell you later that you don't have to use the beeswax. You can use another alternative, a vegan alternative for the beeswax, which is amazing. It's very nice. Unfortunately, I couldn't get this alternative due to the strike in the mail. So it was very difficult for me to find it and after for me to purchase because it wouldn't be here. Hi Guy, how are you? Nice to see you here too. As I promised, it's gonna be very quick. It's just a different speak out way, a different way for us to communicate. Also, if you have any doubt of the process, please send me a message. I'll be reading the messages and I'll be able to answer all of you during this very quick live. Hello, Lu. Hello, Munch. It's nice to see you girls here. Happy. I'll give like 2 more minutes and then I'm gonna start. Hi, Ma. Oh my God, I think we have now a lot of people. It's already 6 people. No, 12. Oh my God, I'm getting famous. It's a lot of people. Getting nervous. Hi, Mari. Maybe I'm gonna perform. Okay. Hi, Vanji. Oh, my aunt is also here. My aunt, my cousin, my friends. It's very nice. I sent the message to a lot of people because I wanted this to really be big, you know? Really, inside my heart, I hope I will achieve 25 people. So it will be a dream to do so. Hi, Mom. Mom is also here. Okay, my loves, we're gonna start. So, as I said, this is the beeswax fabric wrap. So, just for you to have an idea, for the ones that didn't see, this is the beeswax fabric. Okay, so as you can see, it's easy to use and the materials are very easy. Okay, I'm gonna teach one of the ways that I like, the way that I like to use to prepare this. You have different ways in the internet, but this for me, I found it was the easiest one. Hi, Marilda. To do this, it's very simple. First, you need the wax. This is the beeswax. Smells delicious. As you can see, there are different colors. Okay, I like to use a color like this, a lighter color. You can find even darker colors. Okay, a very dark wax is going to make your fabric also darker. So if you have a light drawing in your fabric, that means that it can get a little bit darker. So it's good for you to think about this. Also, you will need fabric. I have this one with the cupcakes. And I have this one with a llama. I have this one that I call the bandana one, because you have different colors, but the same drawing, and then it's very used in bandanas. Or it can be a plain fabric. It's important that the fabric is 100% cotton. And also, the fabric cannot be hard. It has to be a fabric that is thin and it's easy for you to wrap around later. If you get a hard fabric like a jeans, that it's a cotton, 100% cotton, but jeans, it's gonna be very difficult for you to put the wax, for the wax to get in the fiber, and also it's going to be very difficult for you later to wrap the food or whatever you want, okay? First thing you have to do is, as soon as you buy the fabric, be sure to wash the fabric, okay? So you need to wash this fabric to be sure that there's no material, no kind of goo, nothing in your fabric, okay? So you're gonna wash the fabric and you're gonna iron the fabric. This is an iron. And I only have this to do this because I don't iron my clothes. No, I use only for this. Aninha, it's very easy for you to find the beeswax. Nowadays, you have a lot of places. It costs about half a kilo of wax will cost you about 20 to 25 reais. So it's not expensive. You can find in Mercado Livre, but also in stores that sell things for agriculture. You can find the material too. Okay, so there is really no problem. Mercado Livre, you can find a lot of producers, but it's good if you know who is producing, so you know that the wax is in a good quality. If there's nothing mixed to your wax or anything like that. For the vegans, there is a wax made of soya beans. So you can do this with the soya beans wax too, in case you don't want to use the bee wax. Hi, Sonia. So after you washed your fabric, I'm gonna show you what you are going to do. So here at my desk, the first thing you have to do, you have to grate the bee wax. So you can get a cheese grater, and you are going to grate the wax. Can you see the pieces here? There are some places that will sell already the wax like this. It's a little bit more expensive, but if you don't want to take this step of grating it at home, you can buy it already like that. Just one thing, when you use the grater for this, you don't use for cheese anymore, okay? So this becomes a part of your arts and craft material, okay? Not for food anymore. If you don't want to use the cheese grater, there is no problem. You can use a knife and cut in very thin slices the bee wax. The grater is a better choice, okay? The grater for me is a better choice. I think it gets more even. I'm not gonna do this all now. I prepared a lot of it at home already. So I'm gonna just, here, it's easy for you. I can send the Mercado Livre, and I can send also the supplier that I use is from Campinas, and I can send his informations also. I can send the link later, no problem. Well, here in my table, you can see I am using a papermint table. So I prepared my table to do this before. This is very delicate because what happened is, if you don't prepare your space, you're gonna have bee wax all over your house. Been there, done that, okay? I ended up not preparing, so I ended up staying like 5 days down on my knees trying to get bee wax from all the places in my house. So what did I do? I got a cardboard, and I put it on top, okay? Parchment paper. This is baking paper, okay? Paper that you can use to go to the oven. So this kind of paper is very good with the heat, okay? So I put on the bottom, and because I'm gonna cover, I put it on the back. So just for you to see my beautiful work. Okay, so I bring this around and it's easier for me to use. On the bottom, I leave between the cardboard and the parchment paper, I have a piece of cloth just to be sure that it's a soft place when I iron. Okay? Well, next, after you wash it, your cloth, you already grate your wax. You have your wax in a bag. Just remember not to leave this in a hot temperature, otherwise it's gonna melt. You are going to get your fabric and you are going to draw with a pencil the shape that you want. So this one, I have a circle. I don't know if you can see the pencil here. So in this one, it's better I drew a square. So it's for a small thing such as half a lemon that I put in the refrigerator or half an onion I put in the refrigerator. So it's a smaller one. And then on this one, I drew a rectangle. I leave this edge because this is the limit that I know that the wax has to go. Okay, so I'm going to do the yellow one first because it's easier to see. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the paper and I will spread some of the wax in this paper, okay? It doesn't need to be a lot, at least in this first moment, because if it needs more, I can put more later. I'm gonna cover with the parchment paper. And what I like to do, so the parchment paper doesn't come out, I put these cloth clips just to hold it better. And I'm gonna literally iron. You can put the iron in a very hot temperature. In the beginning, it takes a little time to melt. That's why you need to be very, very thin. Can you see already the beeswax is melting? Can you see this part that I have the beeswax? And then with the iron, I start to push the wax beyond those lines that I've made. Okay? I start to get the wax where they are, and I start to put to take with the help of the iron beyond the line. So now I go to the bottom part. Be sure that everything is covered up to the line, okay? You can don't put a lot of wax, otherwise it's gonna get too thick, and you don't want that because then it gets not nice, okay? So it's good if it's a little bit of wax. Be sure that all the wax is covers the line and a little bit more. So that means you're sure that all your fabric is with the wax. Did you see here? I spilled wax. I don't know if you can see it very well. So that's why it's good to have all this helping things for you. Then I'm gonna open. Be careful with the iron. It's extremely hot. You don't want to burn yourself. Very carefully, you're gonna take it off. And you're gonna put it to dry. So you're gonna leave like this for about 5 minutes. And while I'm waiting this one, I'm gonna do another one. See, very easy, but we'll come back to it. Do you have any doubts? Do you have any questions? Just write, because I'm watching it all the time, okay? I'm gonna make a round one. Is big. I made a round one here, and the same process, okay? First of all, you're gonna put the fabric down, okay? Put the beeswax. You can start from the center, because then you can, from the center with the iron, take the beeswax all around. Yes, you can use the iron from your clothes, no problem. After you finish, after I finish, I'm gonna show why I have also this other cloth under, exactly to do this. Yes, Fernando, is parchment paper is papel manteiga. Okay, any kind of baking product. You can use your iron too. Don't worry. I don't iron my clothes because I hate doing that, but you can use, there is no problem. If you want, there are other 2 ways to prepare this. The first way that you can do, the other way that you can do, is you get, you can get a baking pan, okay? You put the parchment paper on the bottom, then you put the fabric and the beeswax, oven for 10 minutes. Then you have to take out and spread the wax around to make it even. Okay. The other way that you can do is you melt the beeswax in the oven. You melt it like you melt the wax for candles. And then you can, with a brush, paint over the wax. Okay. For me, this method with the iron is the easiest one. It's not, for me, it's not messy, and the result is very quick. I can see the result very quickly, and I think I don't waste a lot of material. The one that you paint over, I think you waste material because they get stuck in the brush, and also I think you waste the material, so I don't like. And the one in the oven, I think it takes too long because the time here that I'm doing 5 in the oven, I will do only 2 or 3. So this is a faster one. Lu, I never tried to use egg with it. To use I can see later, but only the beeswax, I guarantee it's enough. Only the beeswax, it's enough to hold the paper and everything. So there is no need. The oven is the one that you put on under, the one that you do like the cake. When you bake the cake, you use the oven. Okay. If you think, for example, I'm doing this one, let me open. For example, here, can you see it's lighter? I don't know. That means that the wax didn't get to here. No problem. I will get a little bit of wax and I will put here. I will cover. I don't need to cover both parts. I can only cover one. And I'll melt it again. Then again, I take it off and I leave and I put it to dry. You can do this, you can use this same parchment and this same thing a lot of times. If you see that the wax is getting thick here, you can just, with a knife or with something, just take it and put it back to reuse. Okay, so it's not something that you throw away. The biggest one I made, Stephanie asked if I can do a big one. The biggest one I made is this rectangular one, that it's 45 by 30 centimeters. I think to make one for a table, a whole tablecloth, I think it's possible. but it will be a lot of work. I think it's possible, but it will be a lot of work. This is usually used for you to put small things. Okay, so I never tried. Now I'm sure you're asking, Tati, what happened when you use it a lot? Okay, this one with all the wrinkles is my old one. So if I see that it's not folding anymore, if I see that it's not good anymore, what do? I put it here. I put it on the table. I can put a little bit more wax on it. I'll cover. And I'll do the same process. So I can use this many times. Okay, so it's not like 2 months, 3 months, and I'm throwing it away. No way. Okay, you're going to just melt again the beeswax. Be sure to spread the beeswax all over. And it comes out just like new. I just have to hang it again for it to dry. You're asking me about the clothes, right? Tachi, can I use the iron again? My dears, I will get this old cloth. I'll put it here. And look, it's not sticky. Okay, and you can use normally. Because the parchment paper protects from getting the wax. And as soon as you finish with the iron still hot, just put it on a clean piece of paper and you will have it, your iron, good to go again. So there is really no problem. Let me just get mine. Just 1 second. For how many times I can use this? This one, I think it's my 6th or 7th time already using. Okay, and there is, I'm gonna show you inside. It's half of a papaya, and it's been like this for 2 days. So it really helps with the conservation. When I want to clean, for example, if I have tomato sauce on it, I just get a little bit of a sponge with water and detergent, cold water, don't use hot water, and I just scrub a little bit, and then I can put out to dry, okay? The only thing I ask you, please, don't put in the oven or anywhere hot, because the wax will melt, okay? The wax will melt and then it will be a mess. But for the fridge, the warm temperature in your hand will help you fold and keep the shape of your wrap. Okay, so as I can have it here. Aninha, the temperature is that the hottest one in your iron, okay, because then it helps you to melt. Just remember, don't leave it on. Put a little bit and start moving around so everything goes with the heat, okay? The same baking paper, this one, you can use 6, 7 times. I use mine a lot. If you keep it clean like this and you don't let it burn, then you can use a lot. But if you let it burn, or if the wax comes to the top, then you have to change the top part. But you can prepare this and leave it in a place where you can use and reuse many times, okay? Also, let me get another one. Sorry, I tried to prepare myself earlier. You can use to cover fruits or vegetables, and you can use also to cover bowls. Okay, the hot, you warm up your hand, and then it helps you to shape to the size of the bowl that you want. Okay, so you can have a very cute thing at home. What I like and what I think it's cute that you can do is have like some bottoms like this. This one, I have a llama one, that if you make a sandwich, you can, tie up the sandwich just to be sure it's not going to fall down. Or if you have different flavors, like you have a vegetarian sandwich and then you have a meat sandwich, you can put different pins and tie it up so it stays cute. Or if you have producing something, you can do this with a logo, and it's also nice. Faye, yes, you can use Chita. You can use Chita to do this, and it's beautiful. It's very, very nice because Chita has strong colors, so it gets the work even nicer. Well, now it's hard, as you can see, and I can cut exactly on the line. Because of the wax, the cloth is going to stay exactly like it is. So I don't have I don't need to sew anything. So it also makes it easier. I cut exactly on top of the line that I did before. As you can see, the wax is even a little bit hard, so it makes it really easy to do this work. And I have one ready to go. Very good. You put an onion here, you cover the onion, you will see it's gonna continue fresh and it's beautiful. Then just wash a little bit with the detergent, put it outside to dry. You have a perfect one to do it. Talking a little bit about the cost, the beeswax, it will be about 50 reais per kilo. The fabric, you be about 25 reais per meter, and it's 1.5. So it's a big fabric. You can do a lot of work with it. And then the iron. So it's something that it's really cheap, really easy for you to do. And this one wouldn't cost me more than 3 reais to do. And when you see, they are sold for a very expensive price. So a nice present for Christmas, for birthday. You can make different patterns, different ways. You can make one pattern for each thing, like, oh, this one is to put the tomato sauce. This one is to put over meat or whatever. This can be for this person with a snack for everyone. Now I'm cutting the round ones for you to see. I think I skipped school because it's so difficult to cut around. Yeah. I need to learn how to cut on top of the line. I think I skipped school. If you have those nice scissors, you know, those scissors that has different shapes and all, if you want to use them, no problem. You can use those scissors. It will even let your work nicer. So this is my llama. I just put in one side because of the heat, of the temperature. The wax goes through the fabric, so you can see both sides have the wax. And this one is the one I just made, only for you to see. And I just made it the cover for my little bowl. Oh, so cutie. So 3 important tips. First one, wash your fabric, let it dry, iron it. Second important tip, be sure that you buy the wax from a good place. So you're sure that the material you're gonna use is good, okay? Because you're gonna put food on it, so it cannot be something toxic. And a third tip that is very important, don't put a lot of wax, okay? Just spread a little bit, because if it's too thick, if you put a lot of wax, the fabric is gonna get too thick and you won't be able to fold it, you won't be able to shape the way you want. So it's important that you do a thin layer. And remember, as soon as you see that it's coming out, as soon as you realize that it's not folding or it's not nice, get your parchment paper out and iron it again. You will see it's gonna be just perfect for you to do it again. Any other questions? Thank you very much for everyone. It was very nice. I'm really happy. Once a month, we'll have these speak out moments. I'm gonna use Google YouTube Live because it's easier and I can read. And I'm gonna leave this online, so everybody has a chance who didn't see it has a chance to see it. And I'm gonna write later where you can get the material and all of this. So thank you very much. I'm still nervous. I don't know why. I deal with 100 kids, but being on the internet is something that I'm not a big fan of it, but then again. Thank you, love you, take care. And when you do, please send me a picture because I wanna see your work, okay? It was great to see you all. Bye bye, kisses, kisses from the bottom of my heart.